Hey Sid, how are you? Okay, so to answer your question, at least your first question, the difference between dy dx and this notation here, d dx, is this. If I have a function that is y equals whatever it happens to be, and I ask for dy dx, what I am looking for is the derivative of y with respect to x. This is the same thing as y prime, or f prime of x, or something like that. Like, these are all the same notation. Okay, these are all the same thing. Specifically speaking, this says derivative of y with respect to x. Okay, which is just simply, what we've done all along. This says the derivative of, in this case, the same function with respect to x. So it doesn't necessarily dy. So this, we've assigned a function to y, and this is asking for dy dx. In this case, we don't have a function to assign to y. We simply have 3x squared minus 4x plus 2. And this is saying the derivative of this function with respect to x. And the answer is going to be the same. Okay, so the notation is very similar. This one is just saying the derivative with respect to y, or of y with respect to x. And this one is saying the derivative of whatever function. This could also be just d of f of x, or d of e of x, or something like that, some derivative function. Okay. Your second question, I'm not sure if your notation was correct. You had this. Your question was, when do we know when to use that? Let me read the exact wording so we're clear. You said, can you quickly explain how you know when to use y greater than, or y to the first power, question mark? Is it just any time you're taking the second derivative? I'm not sure what you're looking for there when it comes to second derivative for sure. So I'm just going to guess, and then we'll talk about, if it's not right, just go from there. I'm guessing you mean implicit. Maybe you don't. But implicit differentiation means there's nothing said here. I'm finding the derivative of this, and I need to go 3 times 2, which is 6, y squared, so I drop 1, but then I need a y prime after that. So in this case with implicit, it's not mentioned that it's implicit, but because my y is buried inside the function, I need to use implicit differentiation. My x is negative 6x squared becomes negative 12x, no different. This thing right here is 2 terms being multiplied, so I need to use the product rule, which is the derivative of the first. The derivative of x is just 1, therefore this becomes 2 times y, plus the derivative of the second, the derivative of the first times normal second, plus the derivative of the second, which is y prime, times normal first, which is x. So that's implicit, and then the 6 becomes 0, and then from here we solve for y prime. All right, I hope that helps. I hope that was your question. If not, email me back. As far as giving you or anybody else the extra work, it was never meant to be I will show you. It was meant to be, if in fact this is so easy, I want to give you a little more challenging work. That's all. All right, take care and keep in touch.